Hello everyone, welcome back to, believe it or not, a bullet journaling video on my channel. It's been such a long time since I filmed a bullet journaling video on my channel, but I am so excited to be getting back into it, and I have such a special video planned for you guys today, and I really hope that you enjoy it. Just to give you guys a little bit of context, I'm currently huddled up in my bed underneath my heated blanket while I'm recording this for you guys because it is cold as butt here in Iowa right now. Also, if you're ever curious about what I listen to and what I watch while I'm recording these videos, it's usually either Gossip Girl or some sort of a vlog. So I was just catching up on my Kirsten and Marcus vlogs while I was filming this video, and it was very much getting me in the holiday spirit. So as you can probably tell from the title of this video, I have a new journal, which is kind of fun. This journal is actually a mini pocket moleskin journal, and it's only 3.5 by 5.5 inches wide, and this was a present from my boyfriend Denis. He got it for free and he gave it to me, so I don't know if that technically counts as a present, but I still consider it to be a gift because I've been using it all the time and I really, really like it.
Go. This is a public service announcement. Lauren over here seems to think that it is moleskin instead of moleskin, but me being a Russian, I do know that it's supposed to be pronounced as moleskin. It's the end of the service announcement, and you can go back to your regular programming.
This is the first time I've ever used a tiny journal, and I will say the thing that is so handy about this is that it actually fits inside of my tiny crossbody purse, which has come in so handy because I've been using it all the time to make grocery lists, to jot things down, and anytime that I don't have my backpack on me, which is actually quite frequently, or if I just forget to put my notebook in my backpack, the giant notebook that I use for taking notes, this thing is always on me and I can always pull it out and write in it. So I've been using it as a sort of pseudo bullet journal lately, and I want to transform it into more of a formal bullet journal, which is why I'm making today's video. The first thing I decided to do was to create a few objectives for myself, as in what exactly do I want this journal to be, because as of this moment it's really just been something that I carry around with me and I use from time to time whenever I need a place to write things down. But because the new month is coming up and I really wanted to make a bullet journaling video for you guys, I decided to test out using a more formal method with this journal, even though it is super duper tiny. So the 4 things that I really wanted to get out of this journal were to have a place to obviously take notes and make lists, because I love making my grocery list in this thing. It's so easy to carry around the store with me. I also have really been toying around with the idea of sort of making myself an hourly grid planner for the entire week. So from Monday through Friday, actually breaking down each day, hour by hour, what I want to be spending my time doing, at least for the last month that I have of college. Obviously, I also want to use it as a place for brainstorming and a place for creativity, because I love just having a little notebook that I can pull out of my bag and sketch if I'm super bored and I'm stuck somewhere. I usually at least always have a pen and this little notebook with me so I can do little doodles in it or whatever I want to do. So those are the 4 things that I really wanted to include in this bullet journaling video. I also wanted to mention that the paper in this journal doesn't have any dots, grids, or lines on it. It's completely plain, which has been really different for me, and I'm still not sure how much I like that because I am very much used to working with a dot grid. I know everyone has a completely different style and completely different preferences for what they want in their journal. I hope this will help you guys out if you're similar to me, and maybe just give you some ideas. Also, I've been starting to do more of these long form videos where I do a lot more of talking and voiceover, and I'm curious to see what you guys think of it. I personally love it a lot more because I get to pack in so much more information and so much more of my personality in these videos for you guys. So instead of restricting myself to just I don't know, 5 or 7 minutes. I've been trying to make my videos a little bit longer so I have more time to talk, explain what I'm doing, and give you guys a little bit of background and context on all my videos. So I hope that you enjoy that. I did decide to make a little title page in this journal. It just felt like the right thing to do because I'm pretty sure in every single one of my bullet journaling videos that I've ever made, I have put a title page of some sort. So as per tradition, I did do a little cursive December in this journal journal. Also, it's mostly just an icebreaker for me because I'm usually not quite ready to get into the formal journaling process right away. I like to play around and use my pen a little bit for just something for fun rather than just getting right into making grids or lists or things of that nature. So for this first spread, I pulled out my ruler and I decided to use it to make a few straight lines. The way I've been using this journal has been super casual, and I haven't necessarily been making any spreads that I would take pictures of and put on Instagram or use them to show. It's been very much just a personal journal for me at this point, but because I'm filming this, I really did want to make it look a little bit nicer, and because I knew a bunch of other people were going to be looking at it. So you don't have to make your lines straight, but it is kind of nice to have a visually appealing journal spread, especially if it's going to be a spread that you're going to look at again and again throughout the month, which is hopefully what this spread is going to be for me, because the first thing I decided to create is my hourly planner. So I separated this grid into 5 even spaces using my ruler, and I'm going to make an hour by hour breakdown of what I want to be spending my time doing. I'm always super hesitant to do this with myself. It feels super duper restrictive, and I kind of hate that, but I also tend to notice that I thrive a little bit when I restrict myself with my time, with art, with anything. It seems that somehow putting restrictions on myself actually really helps me flourish in my creative endeavors. So I decided that I'm going to do a little test run of this hour by hour grid, and I've got 4 categories here. The first is obviously school. That's mostly just going to be the times that I have to be in class and the times that I'm probably going to have to spend on homework. Second of all, YouTube. Obviously, I'm being very strict with myself, and I really do want to pump out a YouTube video for you guys every single week. The third category is that pink one that you can't see very well, but the LWLL stands for Letter with Lauren Liz, and that is my business that I have outside of my YouTube channel where I teach calligraphy, and I definitely want to be dedicating time to that business every single week. And then the other category is mostly just time for art or posting on Instagram or just other stuff like that. So that's sort of how I'm breaking down my week right now. I have no idea if the hour by hour is going to be good for me or not, but I just really wanted to test it out, and you know, if I don't like it, we can always change it up later. So the next thing that I'm going to be doing is creating 3 weeks worth of grocery list and to-do list spaces. So basically a pre-designated space where I'm going to be building my grocery list and to-do list for every single week. I do grocery shopping every single week on Sunday. Dennis and I go to the grocery store and we get everything we need for the entire week, which has been so helpful for me because I actually buy enough food usually to eat for the entire week and also do meal prepping. So this just gives me a designated spot to plan ahead with my groceries instead of having to make the list the day of, which is what I normally do. And then also just having that place for a to-do list will also be really helpful, because if I have little things on my mind that I'm like, oh, I should really get this done this week, I can jot it down, even though I have been using Google Calendar almost exclusively for all of my appointments and to-dos and homework deadlines and stuff like that. So it's going to be a bit of a hybrid between paper and electronic for me, just because Google Calendar has been so helpful. I never thought that I would enjoy working with it so much, but it's so easy to look at and share your schedules with other people. So I definitely am going to be doing a bit of a hybrid of paper to-dos and using my Google Calendar as well to help me out. So the last spread that I wanted to create in this journaling video was basically a different version of a brain dump. And if you guys have been watching my videos, you know that I usually always include a brain dump or brainstorming page in my journal. All this is just a place where if I'm having sort of a day where I need to brainstorm through a project, or if I have ideas that are not very well hashed out and I really want to nail them down or just work through it on paper. So that's why I decided to pick a really light colored marker and just write that all the way across the page. So my intention for this was that I can write on top of this entire page and not have to go around the lettering. I can just kind of go right on top of it. So I think it will look really cool at the end of the month if I end up using this page a lot, to just see all my different little brainstorming sessions. So after I was done with all of my spreads, I went back to my checklist and made sure that I covered all of my objectives, and I did. Wow, I feel so accomplished. There's nothing quite like checking something off of a checklist where you're like, I did this and this and this. This is what I said I was gonna do, and I did it. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching this plan with me video, a little different from my typical plan with me videos, but it's been a while since I made one, so I really hope that this was helpful for you guys, and I would definitely recommend testing out a pocket journal this month if you never have before. I've really been enjoying it. So I think that's all I have for you guys, and I will talk to you again very soon in the next video. Bye! Go.
This is a public service announcement. Try number 2.